Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's official prices. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so we got a ton of releases this week, so let's jump right in and take a look at the official prices. So first off, we have the brand new and first of its kind Battletome Skaven for 4th edition Age of Sigmar. $60 USD for this bad boy, or $70 Canadian. And next we have the brand new Warscroll cards Skaven pack. $35 USD or $41 Canadian. We also have the new Skaven dice, 16 dice in the set, and $33.50 for these, or $38 Canadian. And next we have the new Skaven Spearhead. So this is the same composition as the old Spearhead, but we have the new Clanrats included now. $145 for the Spearhead, or $175 Canadian. And next we have Vizzik Skour, Prophet of the Horned Rat. Absolutely beautiful new plastic box right here. Very, very cool. $160 USD or $190 Canadian. So a little bit on the pricey side, but obviously a beautiful sculpt. Definitely like nothing we have ever seen before. Fully putting on display the quality of Games Workshop's new sculpts. What they can do now with computer design, but still giving much more of that like hand sculpted look and not the sort of generic look we see often with the 40K stuff. And next we have Krittok Foulblade. $40 USD for Krittok or $50 Canadian. And then we have the new Arch-Warlock. Another awesome model right here. $38 USD or $48 Canadian. And then we have the Warlock Galvaneer. $35 USD or $42.50 Canadian. And next is the Master Moulder. $35 for this bad boy or $42.50 Canadian. And then we have the Acolyte Globadiers, 5 of these bad boys in a set, $58 for these, or $67.50 Canadian. And then we have the Warpspark weapon batteries. So 3 of these teams right here, various heavy weapon choices, $52 for the weapon batteries, or $63 Canadian. And then we have the Warp Grinder, $45 for this, or $55 Canadian. We also have the brand new Stormvermin sculpts. 10 of these in a set, $58 USD or $67.50 Canadian. And next we have the Doom-Flayers. You're going to get 2 of the new Doom-Flayers in a box, $60 for them or $70 Canadian. And next we have the new Brood Terror. Tough to tell just how big this guy is. Definitely a nice detailed sculpt. The Brood Terror is $70 or $85 Canadian. And then we have a bunch of the individual package stuff that came out in the Skaven Tide are also available in the starter sets. First, we had the Rat Ogres, 3 of these in a pack for $60 or $70 Canadian. Then we have the Warlock Giselle teams, 3 of these in a pack, $52 or $63 Canadian. And then we had the repackaged Thanaquil on Bone Ripper, $92 for him or $112 Canadian. And then we also have a bunch of items coming direct only from Games Workshop. So a lot of the stuff included in the box sets, they'll sell direct only. So you won't know the prices on them until Saturday when the pre-orders go live. But that's going to include the new character, the Clanrats, all that stuff. But realistically, if you're interested in any of that stuff, you're much better off just picking up one of the box sets, because they do have a massive discount over the individual models. We also have the new White Dwarf coming out here, number 504, with the Kroot Mercenary Combat Patrol. So very cool, new Combat Patrol here, $11 for that, or $14 Canadian if you're interested in those rules and running some Kroot Mercenaries in Combat Patrol. And then we also have a couple of books coming out from Black Library. We have the Hand of Abaddon in paperback, $17.99 or $21.99 Canadian. We have Dominion Genesis in hardback, $35 for that or $40 Canadian. Then we have Temple of Silence coming in paperback, $17.99 or $21.99 Canadian. And then we have the Lords of Nocturne Omnibus, that is paperback as well, $25 for that or $30 Canadian. Now a quick message from today's sponsor. CMO Games has been selling Games Workshop products online for over 20 years. They carry the full line of Games Workshop products, including Warhammer 40,000, Age of Sigmar, Necromunda, Blood Bowl, paint tools, and more. Almost all Games Workshop products are priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games takes pre-orders for most Games Workshop products released at their earliest date possible. 12:01 a.m. on Saturday, they go live. Most of these pre-order products are also priced at 15% off MSRP. CMO Games offer free shipping in the US 48 with an order of $50 or more. Their customer service is top-notch and they ship most orders within 24 hours. Visit CMOGames.com using the affiliate link in the description and let them know that you heard about CMO Games from Warhammer Man. Now, back to the video. And then we're also going to have the Battletome Skaven Gamers Edition and some other limited edition stuff, as well as the made-to-order Lord of the Rings stuff. So we won't have the prices on those until Saturday, and those are all direct only. I'm definitely curious about this Gamers Edition. I went back and looked through the articles, and Games Workshop hasn't done the best job explaining exactly what the differences are. They've given us like some vague points that are important, but I still don't feel confident that this is instead of buying the codex, but you're going to get everything included. I also don't get the impression that the Warscroll cards are redundant if you buy this set, or vice versa if you buy the regular Warscroll cards, that you're going to have everything in this set. It definitely feels like these are two different products designed for two different people, but it's hard to tell exactly what the overlap is and what's going to be missing. Because one of the things about the Warscroll cards that I've been disappointed with is there does tend to be like some missing stuff that you would normally like to have with the Warscroll cards. And I kind of get the impression that the Gamers Edition is going to have all of that. I also like the Battletomes because I do enjoy like the full color illustrations, the painting guides, the lore. And I'm just not sure that that's all going to come in the Skaven Tome. And I'm not 100% sure that the Battletome Skaven Gamers Edition is going to include everything in the actual Battletome that would be in the normal one, just in like a smaller size paperback, or if it's going to be missing some of like the background stories, the lore, the pictures, all that stuff. So until we see the first one officially, until we can actually bust it open and take a look compared side by side with the actual Skaven Codex, and same with the Warscroll cards as well, I'm just not 100% confident at this point saying that they're the exact same product, just presented in a different way, versus if the actual Gamers Edition has everything you need to play, but the Battletome has some things that are not included. But once these do come out, once I have them in my hands, I will take a look at them side by side, and I'll be able to give you guys a much more accurate representation as to what the difference is, what the differentiation is, and whether or not you still need to get both, or the Gamers Edition is a replacement product, and then also what the price difference is going to be, because the normal Battletome is $60, the Warscroll cards are $35, so that's $95. So depending on the pricing on this, especially if it comes in cheaper and has everything that's in the normal Battletome and Warscroll cards, we'll be able to make a much more educated decision as to whether or not this is a sort of replacement bundle product, or whether there's still two separate offerings for two different kinds of people. But Games Workshop did explicitly say that the Gamers Edition stuff is going to be in limited quantities. So unfortunately, especially with this first one, until we can 100% know what the differences are, what the benefits or drawbacks are to purchasing one or the other, because I would imagine that the Skaven in particular are going to be extremely popular. Same with the Stormcast when they come out. So if you are after this, if you're excited for it, I wouldn't mess around when it comes to pre-orders this weekend, because depending on where you are and just how much demand there is compared to how much supply Games Workshop made, there's a high likelihood that this could sell out very quickly. Also, it is worth note that there's no longer going to be special edition or limited edition Battletomes with like the different covers, the gilt edges, all that good stuff. So definitely a bit of a disappointment there for anybody that's been picking up these collector's edition books. I would still imagine we're going to see some with alternative covers when they do Battletome like range refresh launch boxes. But overall, it does look like the limited edition covers, the special edition versions, are going to be going away altogether, at least for Age of Sigmar. So let me know what you're most excited about, what you're going to be picking up this week. I'm definitely looking forward to picking up Vizzik, some of the other models as well. It's going to be a bit before I get to my actual Skaven. I've been working on my Gargants and having a ton of fun painting those up and playing with them. Super excited. The new edition's been a ton of fun. It's completely different, but it overall flows pretty good. The rules are fairly well written, although there have been some issues. But overall, after playing quite a few games of Age of Sigmar 4.0, after seeing the new models, especially for the Skaven and Stormcast range, I really got to say that Games Workshop has been knocking it out of the park with Warhammer Age of Sigmar 4.0. Spearhead is very dynamic, very fun, and while I do love Warhammer 40k, it's definitely nice to see Age of Sigmar getting some truly deserved love, not only in the actual game itself, but in the model range as well. And as always, special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. And remember, pre-orders go live on Friday at midnight Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to tell them that Warhammer Man sent you. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and the Skaven are sick, and we know the Stormcast aren't far behind. And I'm out of here.